whatever I highlight come to the exam, or what I don't mention not coming in the exam. Okay, just a quick review, just give you some hint which part to focus more. Okay, because I haven't designed the final exam questions yet, but based on my thinking, what is more important, I emphasize now. So when you read, you can spend more time on those areas. So 5 units, not many slides. So review slides. There are some additional notes as well you can review. You remember we had some class activities. If you remember those, or take photo, review those sort of questions. Scenario-based or case study-based questions. You might have such questions as well. Okay. For example, I might say, imagine you are leader of a company, corporate manufacturer company in Qatar, for example. So set a SMART goal for your company, to a SMART goal for your company within safety and, I don't know, quality control field. You should be able to write a SMART goal. So SMART goal means being specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. I look, whatever you write can be whatever, okay, related to that case study, but I check these concepts are there. If it's specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely, then you get full mark. Okay, so such a case study is not in the lectures, but from the theory we learn in the lecture, you should be able to implement in practice, okay, in scenario-based question. Same for any other topic, okay? So sometimes I might ask specific definition, okay? Then that is mainly for some important terms, such as leadership. What does leadership mean? Okay, so this I expect you to memorize. The process of influencing people to accomplish the mission, inspiring the commitment, in improving the organization. So, is inspiring people for 3 main objectives: accomplishing a mission, inspiring commitment, improving organization. Okay. So these things you need to memorize. Then we had this in midterm exam, yes, you remember?
Yeah.
Just to select which one repeat. So difference between leader and manager, this is an important topic. I think we already had such questions. Again, just review coaching and mentoring, what are the differences, and provide an example. So I might give you an example saying that, for example, you have been asked to help a company with their personnel in marketing to train them how to increase their production or their sale. So in that case, you are a mentor or a coach. Why? Okay, so you should be able to distinguish. That is mainly like a coaching. Okay, and because you are training them, supervising a group for better performance. Okay, it's not for
career development,
guiding a person for career development. Okay. And the focus, so you need to highlight some aspects of coaching, focusing on task and performance of the group, not on individual. Okay? So you set goals for them. Mentoring is to support the person to build their own capability, to develop their personality or their skills, to achieve their own goal. Okay, you don't set goals for a mentee. Okay, so this is about coaching and mentorship. Trade theory or gradement theory, what is it about? What are the cons and pros? So, yes, difference or characteristics of the charismatic leader and the Machiavellian leader. And then leadership styles. Autocratic, democratic, laissez-faire. Okay. These three main styles where involving followers in decision making is important. So autocratic, only the leader make decision. Democratic, others are involved. And laissez-faire is where the leader gives the main task of decision making to employees or a group of employees. So again, when you understand this concept well, I give you a situation, says a leader does this, that, so perform like this, you should be able to mention that action goes under which style. Okay, easy. Democratic or laissez-faire or autocratic. Okay. Or next topic is on leadership philosophy. I write part of a philosophy and I ask you to define that philosophy comes from a democratic leader or autocratic leader or laissez-faire leader. You should be able to distinguish these things. Okay? That happens when you have a good understanding of these styles, characteristics of each style. Okay. And advantages, disadvantages. Okay, so that's unit 1. Unit 1, 2, what is this one? So transactional and transformational situational leadership is where we categorize leadership style based on how the leader inspires employees or personnel. Transactional based on reward and punishment. Transformational is more like inspiring by heart, okay, not monetary or tangible. Reward and punishment. Situational, in different situation with different type of employees, the leader get different approach, either transactional or transformational. So again, a good understanding of these, and then definition, cons and pros of each style. So yeah, again, I might explain a leader doing this in specific situation. You call it transactional or transformational or situational. Okay. Okay, and then yes, that's it, this situational one. Situational leadership, this graph. Okay, I might give you this graph, then eliminate one part, expect you to understand what goes there. Okay. So you need to understand the situational leadership in different leader, in different situation, based on task or behavior or how ready the employees are. Then the approach of leadership can be different. Okay. Here you need to tell the employee what to do. Okay. Here, when you have your relationship behavior or supportive increases, is selling. Then with less task behavior is participating, and here is delegating. You delegate the task to employees, more like a laissez-faire style. Okay, with because employees are less dependent to you, and the support they need is minimum. What is this red one here? Directive behavior. So you need to have less direction, so it's delegating. Or this one, okay. Okay, and yeah, advantages and disadvantages of situational leadership. Any question? Then unit 2 was on personal leadership, where we talk about personality and leadership. We had this true color things. You don't need to memorize this, what is gold, green, blue, or orange. Don't spend time on this. Okay, but yeah, the main thing, understand what true color does. So no need to memorize. Then what is this Myers-Briggs personality questionnaire? Again, you don't need to memorize. Okay, you only know there are 4 main categories. Under each category, 4 subcategories. Okay. Because you practice this through an assignment, so most likely.
So what kind of question will come from Myers-Briggs?
Questions out of this.
What kind of questions might come from Myers-Briggs personality? Like definition?
You just know how it can be used, or why we use this, or how personality might affect leadership. Some general terms. Okay, just I think yeah, you don't need to memorize. That's like part. I agree. Just have a quick reading. Then personal leadership philosophy. I think read this again, because I remember last year I had question in final exam about this. I gave some part of philosophy, then asked student to highlight which leadership style that statement is coming from. Okay. So from reading a philosophy, you should be able to understand what type of leader has wrote that leadership philosophy. Okay, it has 4 main parts: theory, attitude, principle, and behavior. Okay, so I suggest to review this. There is likely to have question from this. And what are the benefits of having leadership philosophy? 3 main areas of benefit. How having a leadership philosophy can help us as a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, steps to develop a leadership. Yes. Okay. The SMART goal I'll explain on another slide. That's unit 2, then unit 3. Team development. Yes, we have this graph. The characteristics of each stage. Okay, forming, storming, norming, performing, joining. Then again, I might give you this graph, eliminate one part, ask you to write the fill in the blank, for example. So you need to be familiar with each step in team development. Difference between group and team. type of teams. Again, we had this class activity. I can give you a real world example and a few engineers doing this as together what type of team they are. The multifunctional, special purpose, or management team, whatsoever. So we need to read this and understand again and review. Okay. Characteristics of each team, cons and pros. So, for example, I give you a situation, then you might be multifunctional teams, and you ask you what type of team is this? You tell multifunctional team. Then I ask what are the cons and pros of working in such type of team. Then you need to remember this. Okay. That's about team development. Other one is just more explanation of team development. You can read. So voting and consensus, again, cons and pros of each method. So again, I might put you in a real world situation and ask you in that situation how a group can make decision, or what is the best way to make decision. Okay, always remember two method: voting, consensus. Even your group assignment, question 5, if you remember, for Qatar Energy, to find the most important goal. Question 5 asking you, how did you make that decision, the group decision, to find the most important goal? I expect you answer, you either did voting or consensus. Okay. Some group didn't get this question, they just explain that because of that and that, this goal is very important, we select this goal. The question asking, how did you select? It doesn't say why you select this goal as important goal. How did you select? You are a group of 4 people. How did you decide this goal is the best one? So you can say all 4 of us agreed on one goal after discussion. So this is called consensus. Or you can say there was disagreement, we did voting, then this goal selected as the most important goal. Okay. We learned 2 ways of making decision within a group: voting and consensus. Yeah, cons and pros of each one, and then again, if in a situation I ask you how you make decision, you can say either voting or consensus. Then conflict resolution. Yeah, I remember last semester I had a question. So I had a scenario. John, as a new employee, did this and that, such as your class activity. You remember? An employee in new company, everyone is speaking Arabic, he was upset. So a conflict gonna raise, how to solve this conflict, or how this conflict could be avoided, or what skill a leader could implement to avoid or resolve the conflict. So that means a good understanding of this lecture. So we talked about steps in conflict resolution. So I might ask you what steps you follow to resolve the conflict. These are the steps, okay? Or these, we had a bigger list of steps here. Here. Recognition, mutual agreement, blah, blah, 10 steps. Okay, just remember to talk about the major steps here. And then if I ask what skills can help the leader to resolve a conflict, depending on that situation, I might ask you to pick 2 skills, talk about 2 skills, then you should be able to explain this. Empathy, what empathy is. Mediation, assertiveness, interviewing activism, accountability, creative problem solving, or facilitation. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah.
Can you repeat the question? Can you repeat the question?
I might give you a scenario of conflict, okay, and ask you which skill the leader can take to resolve that conflict. Okay.
So just we choose just one. Just one.
1 or 2, I might ask you, okay, what 2 skill can help the leader. So I think you better to understand each of these. But then the one you can explain better, you pick that one. Okay. Depending on the scenario. Okay. Okay, that's I think about this. We already practiced this. We had scenarios, we had class activity. We just need to review and maybe have discussion among yourselves if you work in group. Then unit 5 is the SMART goal setting, goal structure. This is also important. Where you most likely get a question here, how to make a SMART goal, why it is important, okay. Okay, and why it should be set collaboratively, okay. Difference between goal and vision. And the SMART goal setting. This is your assignment as well. But again, you might be assessed in the exam where I might give you a situation, ask you to make a SMART goal for that situation. Or I might give you a goal, ask you what is missing in this goal, why this goal is not SMART. Maybe it's not measurable or attainable or not relevant or not timely. You need to be able to highlight the problem there. Okay, I think that's it. Any question?
So how many multiple choice will there?
Haven't designed yet, but maybe 4 or 5 multiple choice. If you fill in the blank, some short answer and some scenario-based question.
Will it be the same length as the midterm?
Midterm?
Midterm. Don't remember midterm. Midterm was 1 hour, yes? This is 2 hour exam. So a bit more questions.
So like in midterm there was one question, like the 4th question I guess. There were like 2 tables, manager versus leader. Is that a good thing? Are we expecting something like that again?
Yeah, managers, leaders, differences.
Sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
So when is the exam?
Is on Microsoft.
15.
15th Friday.
Friday, 15.